This is a custom-made U-Part wig. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I make it step by step so you can achieve this look for yourself like it's growing out of your scalp. If this is something you like to see, please keep watching. This is the cap that I like to use. It's a weaving cap and it has these hooks on the bottom so you're able to adjust it to your liking. I will have everything that I use linked in the description below. You will need a mannequin head, and you always want to make sure that you measure your circumference of your head and get a mannequin head that matches your circumference. So you always want to measure your head first, write those down, and then you match those measurements to the mannequin. So I take my measuring tape and I go the circumference first, and then I go ear to ear. And then I go temple to temple and front to nape. So right here, I am carving out where my leave out is going to be. I like a deep part, so I go about 4 inches back and I do my parts about 2 inches wide. So I do 1 inch on one side and 1 inch on the other. So I'm just putting a pin here to carve out so I know exactly where my leave out is going to be. So now we're starting with the bundles. I do have my bundles folded. I always go in and make a knot on the ends and loop that through so it is strong and secure. And I start my guide where that first line is, and I'm just making a nice little knot and starting to sew. When I get to this next line, that will show me that I need to flip my tracks over. As you can see, it is nice and neat. When I flip my tracks over, I try to get them as flat as possible. As you can see, I fold it into 2 different sections. So the first flap and then the second flap. That allows it to be very, very flat on the sides. As I get to this side, that little strap right there is where I'm going to start folding it again. And I'm going to do the same exact thing by giving a little bit of extra room on one side and then folding it. It's like a double fold, basically. I fold one piece of the track and then I sew a little bit more and then I fold the other piece of the track. I hope this is making sense and the visual is making more sense than what I'm saying. It's so hard to teach this. So when I am running out of string, I always like to give myself at least maybe 6 inches of thread, and I make sure that I knot it at least 3 times. And after I knot it, I go back in and I tie it. So it's very important to do that so your tracks do not be slipping. I am using a nylon thread. I just prefer nylon thread because it gives you a flatter finish because it is a lot thinner than cotton. And especially if you plan on doing any type of sew-ins, it's way better for your hair than cotton because cotton will just dry it out. So when I get to this point, this is going to be my last of the folding of the tracks. This is where your ear is going to be sitting. And I like from this point on moving upwards to not be folded over because I just like it to lay flatter when it gets to the edges. So from this point on, I will just start cutting the tracks and it will go from edge to edge. Now I am still using 2 tracks. I am layering them on top of each other. As you can see, this is not a double wefted bundle. I like these types of bundles because when I get to the top, I like to just use 1 track and it just helps it to lay really, really flat instead of the wefts being super bulky. So I just start out by putting the needle through the weft, and then as I keep going, I'm going around the weft. So the only time you want to have your needle go through the weft is when you are starting out on the edge. And then after that, you just want to keep going around. If you keep going through the weft, it weakens the weft, and that's how you get shedding of bundles. And we don't want that, okay? It will still be nice and flat going around the weft. And I'm just going to keep going. all the way around, and I am starting to angle a bit because you want the hair to fall towards your face. If you don't, I don't know if you've seen people's hair and you could tell like their tracks weren't laid a certain way to fall on their face, and you can see like their hair sticking out, especially if their hair is shorter than the weave. And so we don't want that. We want it to have a nice little fall. And using this cap, you can kind of see I'm just kind of following the lines too. And then we go through the weft right here because it is the end. And you want to go through it a couple times to make sure that it is nice and secure. Now, as I go up, I'm still angling the tracks, making sure that it is, you know, coming down towards the face. Okay, now we're at the top, and you can see the pins is marking where my leave out is going to be. I'm still laying the tracks going down. You always want to make sure that you have fullness in the front of your hair and have the tracks laying down. So when I get to this section of my hair, I am also only using a single weft. I am not doubling it anymore because I want the top of my hair to be flat so it blends really well with my hair. I'm just going all the way around. It's kind of like creating a C, and then when I get to the top, you'll see that it's going to create a U. Now this is the same method that I use to do sew-ins. Okay, this works very, very well. Doing a sew-in, it will be super flat and just realistic looking. So as you get to the top, you just want to keep going around, and this is where the U starts to take its shape. So I'm going all the way around, making sure that I'm doing my double, triple knots when I get to the ends. And the pin in the back is my guide of my 4 inches that I want to leave out. You don't necessarily have to do 4 inches. I just like a deep part because I feel like it looks more natural, but it's up to you, ladies. All right, so this is going to be the last one. And I start this all the way at the edge, and it's going to cover up the rest of those tracks. As I'm stitching this piece right here, I am making sure that I'm doing it a little bit more closer to make sure that it is very, very secure. So I'm doing the knots a little bit closer together. And that is all the hair. This was 3 bundles of hair. I am not a girly that likes a whole lot of hair on her head, so 3 bundles is my max, especially if it's like 20 inches or more. And here we are. She is basically done. I'm just going to flip the needle on the bottom. I like to do the knot on the bottom so it's not on the top. And so this will be my final and last knot. So now I'm just going to cut the excess of the net. Just be sure to be very careful that you're not cutting the thread, or you're gonna have to re-sew that hair on. And here we are all complete. it is all done, nicely stitched and beautiful. So at this point you can either keep it like this and you sew the wig on around the perimeter of your head, or you can sew clips and combs onto them. That is what I personally do because I like to be able to take my wig on and off. Okay, it is so beautiful. I did custom color this hair to match my hair, but ladies, what do you think? Will you guys try to give this a try and make your own U-Part wig? Let me know. Meet me in the comments. I do have another video on how I install my wigs very easily, and I will link it for you to see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.